My name is Jenny. I am Bryson's mom, and this is Bryson. We also call him Bryson Kai, so you might hear me say that a few times. But we are sitting in our high chair with our toy piano here. This is our reward toy for this session of our therapy exercises. What we are going to do right now is we are going to do a couple of occupational therapy exercises that we're doing to try to increase Bryson's tolerance to trying to advance with solid foods. So we have a few different exercises that our occupational therapist at the clinic has given us to try at home and to work on. So we are going to work on those now. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is, and we typically use a 5-minute timer, but Bryson just laid down for like a 20-minute nap. But normally we'll set a 5-minute timer. We'll do as many exercises in that 5-minute timer as we can. Whatever we get done, great. And then when that timer goes off, or if we finish all of our exercises, then he's done and we let him know that he's all done. So for our prep work, what we're going to do is we're going to do a cranial facial massage where we start at the crown of his head and we kind of bring it down his jawline, and normally we would go directly across his lips. Again, that's just kind of giving him a bit of tactile sensitivity, trying to break that down, because he is very defensive with people touching him and with different textures and things like that. He is very much about his own space. So we're trying to break down that barrier. So what I'm going to do, and what we've kind of modified this because he tolerates the cranial facial down and across the lips. He tolerates that really well. And right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to give him some sort of signal or cue to open his mouth to get ready for a bite of food. So the first thing that I'm going to do is a couple of those massages, and what we've done is we've modified them to come down and under his chin, so that way when we get to his chin, I can kind of give him a little bit of pressure on the bottom part of his chin to signal to him to open his mouth. So we're going to do 3 of those first, and then we're going to prep some work with a dry spoon. So, okay Bryson, you've had a few minutes with the piano, so we're going to turn this off. We're going to take this away, and we're going to do your massages. Ready? Okay, it's mommy here. Okay, and Emmy is sitting here with us too. Yeah.
Okay, Bryson.
If he gets fussy, we tend to kind of turn away from him. Even though he can't see us, we kind of turn away and we stay silent to give him about 10 seconds to calm down. And once he calms down, we tell him good calming to let him know that, we need him to try to be patient with us as we are being patient with him, so that way we can get through these exercises. So he is calmed down. So we're going to say good calming. And then we're going to go ahead and try this massage here. So we're going to go, and I always count. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Good job. And then we reward him. We let him know that he's done a good job. We give him back his reward toy. And we give him that for a few seconds before we move on to the next one.
Good job, Bryson. Bryson, you were doing so good. Good job, Bryson.
Good job, buddy.
Sorry, my hand's kind of shaking.
It's okay.
It's like this is like boom, 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 boom,
It's okay. You're doing great. Okay.
Good job,
So we gave him a little break there. We're going to take it again. I was looking for it, of course, but okay. We're going to do one more, Bryson. Ready? We're going to do 1, 2, mouth open. Yay! Good job. And I'm going to give him back the piano, give him a minute to play with it while I grab his spoon. So the spoon that we are using is one like this. It has a large end on one side and a small end on the other side. For these exercises, we'll actually use the bigger side just so that way he gets as much touch from the spoon as he can. Hopefully within the next few visits with our occupational therapist, we will get to advance with some in the mouth dry spoon exercises, where we will use the actually smaller end to just kind of increase touching inside of his mouth to get him to allow us to be able to start feeding him with some purees. I'm going to give him a couple of extra seconds with the piano just because he started playing with it now. We want him to know that he gets a good break with the piano because he's done a good job. Sorry if this video is a little shaky. Emmy is helping me and she's recording right now. So thank you to Emmy. Good job, Bryson. We're going to turn off the piano. We're going to take it away.
Good job.
Now I'm going to let you know I have your spoon here. I always ask the girls to try to kind of stay quiet and calm during these sessions. And I always make sure that the baby is situated because we want Bryson to be as least stimulated as we can so that way these sessions can last as long as possible, hopefully for the full 5 minutes. So we try to keep everything like a calm, quiet environment. So this next exercise we are calling Kiss the Spoon, and I count with everything that we do because I've always kind of done that since he was a baby, so he understands that when we're counting, things aren't going to last forever. When I'm done counting, the exercise or whatever it is that I'm doing is done. I've always done it like when I clip his nails or brush his hair or change his diaper, just always kind of like soft and slow, giving him a count. So we've started implementing that with these exercises as well, so that way he understands that they're not going to last forever and soon they'll be over. So for this one, I'm going to do that same craniofacial massage. We're going to kind of come down and around. We're going to give him a little tug on the chin, just see if he'll open his mouth, and then we're going to kiss the spoon. We're going to do 1, 2, open mouth. Mwah! Good job.
Good job.
We'll give him back his reward toy. Yeah. Let him know that his piano is there. So this time, I'm going to try to just see if he will let me give him a little tug on the chin to open his mouth. We've tried this a few different times, a few different ways, and he doesn't seem to tolerate it as much, but I think maybe doing the full craniofacial movement is going to overstimulate him, just because he's, like I said, he just woke up from a 20-minute nap. So I'm going to try to just kind of keep it short and sweet and see if he tolerates that. So we're going to do 1, 2, open mouth, kiss the spoon. Yay! Good job, Bryson. And his mouth was kind of already open there, so it's good that his mouth is open, and then I give him a little tug and I say open mouth. His mouth is already open, so we're letting him know that that's what we want him to do, is to keep his mouth open. Before we've started trying this new exercise, when we were just kissing the spoon, anytime the spoon would come at him and touch him, he would immediately close his mouth and try to turn his head. So we're definitely making progress. And one thing that I do want to explain as well is that when Bryson is turning his head from side to side, it's not a behavior thing. He is listening. So he is trying to turn his head to see, okay, where do I hear the sound coming from? Where is it the loudest? If I turn my head this way, is it over here? Because he has no sense of vision whatsoever and no light sensitivity. So he turns his head as a sensory for listening. Ready? We're going to do 1, 2, 3, open mouth, kiss the spoon. What? And that one didn't go as well. You see, he kind of put his hands up and tried to push me away, and he threw his head back, hitting his head on the back of the chair. He's not hurt. He's just letting me know, hey, I didn't like that, and that's okay. If he gets frustrated, like I said, we'll kind of pause for about 10 seconds, let him calm down, tell him good calming, and go from there. Yeah. And our reward toy, too, isn't always the same thing. So what we typically do is we will give Bryson a couple of different toys to choose from. We'll let him play with each one for a minute, and we'll put them in front of him to see which one that he chooses to play with. Whichever one he seems to favor will be our reward toy. So that way he understands, like, hey, if I do good with this, then I get a couple of seconds with the toy in between each exercise as a reward. And then we're going to do, ready? We're going to do 1, 2, 3, open mouth, kiss the spoon. Mwah! Good job! And he is still kind of pulling his head away and putting his hands up as a blocker, but he did let me, even with just a little bit of pressure, open his mouth and let me touch the spoon to his lips. So definitely some progress there. Good job, Bryson. Good job, Bryson Kai. We're going to turn it off and take it away. Yep. Okay, ready? We're going to do 1, 2, 3, open mouth, kiss the spoon. Mwah! Good job. Now he's still put his head back and kind of hit his head, put his hands up to block me, but he is actually letting me open his mouth. Last week when we were trying this at therapy, he was, ripping our hands down, jerking his head away. this is definitely improvement. I know it doesn't look like it, but definite improvement. Good calming. So another key thing that I do want to mention, we have to stay silent. If he starts to get fussy, we have to turn away from him and stay silent. That way he understands that we are not going to acknowledge this behavior. If he's getting fussy, he needs to understand and learn to be patient with us as we get through these exercises. So we'll do a couple more and then we'll be done. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Mwah! Yay! All done. And we're actually trying to teach him a little bit of sign language right now, so I'm going to do all done with him. So we're going to do yay! All done. All done. Yay! Good job, Bryson. You did so good. And I do want to mention right there that I did do hand over hand, meaning that I was holding onto Bryson's hands to be able to clap for him and then do the all done motion. Typically, we try to do hand under hand, where we will kind of slip our hand underneath his to be able to guide him to do whatever motion it is that he needs to do, or that we're trying to get him to do. That is just so that way he feels like he's more in control instead of being forced into something that he can't see or an unknown situation. We put our hand underneath his just to kind of give him like, hey, we're here with you, versus, hey, we're going to make you do this. Okay, well, that was our exercises for today. I appreciate everybody following along if you've come this far in the video, and appreciate Miss Emmeline for recording for us and sitting here through Bryson's session. Appreciate Chloe, she's in the other room now, but want to appreciate her for coming in and praising Bryson during his good times too. And we will see you guys during our next vlog. Thank you so much. Bye.